I hope you're having a great day today. In case you didn't know, my name is Caitlin and I am new to YouTube. If you would like to see more content in the future, please go ahead and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So today I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways to make scrunchies, because why not? Everyone loves scrunchies. They were a lot of fun, so I encourage you to try it out and feel free to take any liberties on the dimensions or fabric you use, because it is your scrunchies. So without further ado, let's go. In case any of you were wondering where the heck I get my fabric from, the answer is just old clothes. If you watched my previous video, you would know that I chopped stuff off of my clothing and I just keep it all. So here it is. So after I picked 2 pieces of fabric that I thought would look good together, I'm just going to shape this one into a rectangle, and I will leave all the measurements in the description box below, but for now I'm just kind of eyeballing it because, you know, whatever. And then also chopping some material off of my jeans. Basically what happened was this piece of material was not as long as the other one I had, so in order to make this one just as long, I had to cut this in half, like here, and then sew it together so I have a longer strip. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a cute little clip and just clip the good sides together like this. And once I have that, I am going to head over to my sewing machine. Sorry for the horrible quality, I don't know why that happened. Just sew along there. And if you have 2 pieces of fabric that are the same length, this step is completely unnecessary, but that's just what I had to do. Make sure these 2 fabrics are the same length. Then I'm gonna smash the good sides together again and sew along there. So after we have that sewed together, you're going to take a rubber band and basically thread the fabric through. Yes, it is a little awkward, but just watch and follow along with me. I'm clipping it, but you don't have to. Then you're going to take a sewing machine and sew along probably around the 3/8 sides. Make sure the good sides are on the inside. That's where you should be sewing. Now we're going to take one of these handy safety pins you probably have lying around your house. Clip it onto one side and just start pushing it through. It will feel awkward at first. You'll be like, it's never gonna happen, but yes, you just gotta believe that it will happen, because eventually it will turn up on the other side and you will be very happy. Now for the most satisfying part, in my opinion, is when you finally get to pull it out and the beautiful scrunchie emerges and you're like, yes. So once you got that, you're gonna remove the safety pin and save it for later. And then tuck one of the sides in, kind of like this, and smush the other one into it. That's the best way I can describe it. Take some pins, pin it down, and then head back over to the sewing machine, sew that all the way through, and you are done. Alright, moving on to scrunchie number 2, I'm taking an old shirt here and just cutting out a rectangle. Again, I will leave all the dimensions in the description box below. Then we're going to take a rubber band and thread it through just like we did before. You want to make sure that the good side is facing inwards, because we will be flipping it around later. So clip that all up and then head over to your sewing machine. I like to sew around the 3/8, 1/2 inch line, but that is up to you. Alright, once you have that, you're going to go ahead and remove it, then take that safety pin, and again, just flip this inside out. It will take some patience, but it will happen eventually. So once you have that flipped inside out, make sure you tuck one side into the other and clip it up. Then head back over to the lovely sewing machine and just sew it through. Okay, we're going to put this to the side for now. Now you're going to cut 2 other rectangles from your fabric. Make sure they are the same size. I am actually going to sew these together, so I'm going to clip them together like this. And I'm also going to trim the ends a little to make it a little cuter. Okay, go back to the sewing machine and sew that through. Then once you have that, you're just going to take your scrunchie and make a tie, and that's it. Alright, moving on to the third and final scrunchie. For some reason, I did not get a video of me cutting out the fabric, but it is the same as always. Here I am pinning it together and now sewing it. Make sure that the good sides are facing inwards like always. Alright, once I have that, I'm going to take my safety pin and just push it all the way through and flip the scrunchie inside out. Then, like always, I'm just going to push one side into the other and just clip it all together. Then go back to the sewing machine and just sew that through. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Now with a different piece of fabric, I'm just going to cut a rectangle. And this part is a little hard to explain, but basically I'm just cutting 2 peaks out of both of the ends like so. Just make sure they're around the same, doesn't have to be perfect. Then, okay, I'm going to flip it horizontally with the good sides facing inwards and just clip that up. And what I'm doing here is I'm sewing around the edges, but I am going to leave a hole at your choice. I decided the middle because that's where I'm going to tie it onto the scrunchie anyways. So I'm just sewing, then I'm going to cut it off and then resume sewing a little further down, so I just leave a little hole. Okay, perfect. So then I'm going to flip this very carefully inside out. And then kind of where the hole is, I'm just going to tuck the fabric in a little and sew along there. Once I have that, I'm just going to tie it onto the scrunchie and yep, that's it.